So I just had the most amazing DraftKings NBA DFS lineup for the day. And then I looked about an hour ago, and Kyrie Irving is going to sit out. Not only that, but I was avoiding the Harden and Christian Wood chalk, major chalk, like 60%. And because of that, of Kyrie Irving sitting down, also I had Trae Young in my lineup, coming in under 10%, like 7 or 8%. Well, now Trae Young shot up to 22.7% for now. Probably climbing. There goes that idea. And then James Harden, I swear, went from about 60%, 60% to 34.9. Christian Wood was up there. He's down to under 40% now, 39.5. Now, usually I say, don't play the chalk. But in a 5-game slate, you're going to have to. Karis LeVert, I was fading. Well, because of Kyrie, everyone thinks that he's going to just take Kyrie's points. He's projected for 46.76 points. That was what Kyrie was doing, and he's 6,600. And he's projected to be 37% owned. Probably more. So we're going to... Oh, I didn't even realize I was on the wrong screen. Huh. I'm so tilted already for the day. When you already entered all your lineups and then everything changes. But that's NBA DFS for you. And we're going to try to build a lineup within the next 8 minutes to be as contrarian as possible while playing chalk. That might be a good title. So let's just plug in some chalk. Let's go LeVert. Why not? I usually pay down. That's another thing. I wanted I wanted Adelin Wright for 600. He was under 10%. Now he's up to 36.7%. So I'd rather play LeVert than Wright. So how do we fix this to be more contrarian? Okay, we don't play Taurean Prince. Instead of LeVert and Prince, I wanted to play Taurean Prince at like 3%. He's up over close to 30% now. We just plug in Ja Morant. The Grizzlies play fast. Brooklyn plays fast. If this game is still going to be close, and if Karis LeVert goes off, I think it's safe to assume that Ja Morant goes off. Just as much. And it tells me the projections say right now Ja Morant's going to be 15.7% owned. And Karis LeVert is up to 37.4% and climbing. Now, if you had to play one or the other, obviously Morant. But playing them together, how many people will play them together? If the ownership projections stay the same, under 10%. There you go. That's how you fix it. Also, you might just want to game stack this game, and hopefully it stays close. Kyle Anderson, way too cheap. And I mentioned before, Taurean Prince. Okay. He might just go off for 40 points. I don't know how the minutes are going to be. I don't know who's starting yet. But Taurean Prince, he's a boomer bust play. And he's very chalk. Very much chalk. Let's see. I have it on my computer. Taurean Prince, 28.1%. We may just stick to the same game. Look at this. I wonder what the probability is that Cabarrot... I don't know how to pronounce his name. I know who he is. I just don't know how to pronounce his name. What is the probability of Cabarrot outscoring Taurean Prince? They're the same price. Okay. Taurean Prince is probably starting. Cabarrot, probably not. So, the field is going to go with Taurean Prince. We don't know how many mints each are going to get. In my mind, they're both risky. But also, they're 3,100. I mean, Torian Prince could reward the chalky players and go off for 40, 50 points at 3,100. Best play of the year. And then you say, oh, less than 30% play him. Great play. Or Torian Prince, Pedestrian, 15 to 20 something points. Okay, it's not going to kill you, but what if Cabros outscores him? You're ahead of so much of the field already. I don't know if I'm going to start him or not, but all right. Moving on. We're going to play some more chalk here. Probably my favorite play of the day, the Joker. And this is the reasoning. Harden is going to be chalk. So, and I probably can't afford both of them together. So, I'd play the cheaper Jokic. And then, because of Jokic, is coming in about 21%. I'm not opposed to taking more chalk and playing Christian Wood. Now, I like to game stack like 3 or 4 pieces. But some new information's come in trying to be a better DFS player in NBA. Instead of game stacking, just play 1 versus V1 on opposite sides. Okay, also, I'll give one more play. An example of this Thunder game. Now, on first instinct, George Hill looks pretty good. Dort looks really good. Well, what if I were to tell you that right now, the three players, the projections are basically the same for production. But Diallo is getting a third of the ownership percentage. You would play that, right? Again, I don't know. In these projections I'm using for like the first time in like 3 years, I believe they factor in minutes played and predicted without having to look at it. I shouldn't have to look at the box scores day in and day out and figure out how many minutes Diallo was getting and Dort was getting, George Hill's getting. I think George Hill got 24 minutes. I know they only played 1 game. But this projection model factors everything in and says they're about the same player. So Diallo's cheaper with less ownership. And it's the median score. It's not the ceiling. So George Hill might have a higher ceiling, but in a median way, Diallo over 20 points at 3,900, I'll take it. It's 5 times the salary. He could get 24 for 6 times the salary, and it allows us to play the Joker, Christian Wood, John Morant, and LeVert all in the same lineup, and allows us to be contrarian. All right, guys, let me know what you think down below. Smash this video a like, I should say, and subscribe if you want, or not. Just hit some random buttons. And yeah, let's have a conversation in the discussion board chat box. I forget what it's called. Down below, write me a comment, and I'll see it. And more than likely, we'll respond. All right, guys, have a good one.